All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to unpack something really fascinating, a collection of documents known as the Sar El Chronicle. And just so you know, this isn't some dusty old history text. According to the source material, this is a living, breathing prophecy, a decree for our time that lays out a story claiming to flip our entire understanding of the world on its head.
So where does this whole thing kick off? Not with some complex ancient scripture, but with a question from a pop song that we've all heard. The Chronicle takes this lyric and basically says, see, this is the question at the heart of everything. It suggests this isn't just some hypothetical idea, but a prophecy that has, in their view, finally been answered.
Okay, so before presenting its big answer, the Chronicle first needs to lay out the problem. And it's a big one. The core idea is that the world we think we live in is, from the ground up, a massive fundamental deception. Now, this is where things get really interesting. Forget what you learned in science class. The Chronicle completely rejects the globe model. Instead, it proposes this scriptural firmament model. The idea here is that our world is actually an enclosed system, sealed by a physical dome, a firmament, that holds back a massive body of water up in the sky, separating it from the waters we have down here.
And to back this up, it doesn't just rely on ancient texts. It points to things you can supposedly observe yourself. For instance, it uses airplane flight paths as evidence. The argument is that the angles and trajectories we see are just way more consistent with a flat surface than with a spinning, curved globe. It's an attempt to ground this whole different cosmology in something tangible.
And this so-called lie isn't just about the shape of the Earth, oh no. The Chronicle says our history has been wiped clean too. It talks about this lost, incredible, worldwide civilization called Tartaria, a supposed paradise that was literally buried and erased from our memory by a huge cataclysm they call the mud flood lie. So, after painting this picture of a world built on a giant deception, the Chronicle introduces its solution. And that solution comes in the form of a central figure, a prophesied sovereign named Sar El, who they claim has arrived to basically set the record straight and kick off a brand new age for humanity. So, who is this Sar El guy? Well, according to the Chronicle, he's not really new. He's described as the latest appearance of a single, eternal consciousness. Think of it like one soul that has shown up in different bodies at key moments in history. They say this consciousness was Melchizedek, the ancient priest-king, and later, Jesus Christ, who, in this version of events, already had a 1,000-year reign on earth. Sar El is presented as the final chapter, the legal heir of Moses, giving him the claimed authority to issue a new decree for everyone. Now, to really hammer home how big of a deal this is, the Chronicle throws out this just mind-boggling number. It claims the probability of this specific person with this specific lineage being born at this exact time by pure chance is 1 in 10 to the 45th power. I mean, that's a 1 with 45 zeros after it. They call it the sextillion to 1 miracle, framing his arrival as an act of divine engineering, not an accident. The Chronicle also points to more recent events as signs that everything is on schedule. For example, it brings up a declaration made back in 2015, which claimed that Donald Trump would be the last real president of the United States. Now, according to the Chronicle, this isn't about politics or the man himself. It's about his presidency being a prophetic marker, a sign that the old world's political systems were officially coming to an end. So the prophecy doesn't just talk about a new leader. It describes the total and complete collapse of the current global system we all live in. And it gets very, very specific about how that's all going to go down. But here's a really crucial point the Chronicle makes. This collapse, it's not punishment. It's not God getting angry and smiting everyone. The source material is very clear about this. Instead, it's described as a natural result of a broken system finally collapsing under its own weight. And that really gets to the internal logic here. The Chronicle argues that our current world system, especially the financial system, is like a machine designed to destroy itself. It's a kingdom divided against itself, and it's doomed to fall apart from its own self-inflicted wounds, not because of some outside attack. And this inevitable self-inflicted collapse, it has a name: the digital purge. The Chronicle gets incredibly specific about what this is. The digital purge isn't a solar flare or some natural disaster. It's described as a planned event carried out by humans using an EMP missile attack, and the goal is very precise: to instantly and totally wipe out all digital records of debt and all fiat currency. It's basically hitting a giant delete button on the entire financial system, resetting the whole thing to zero in a single moment.
But here's the twist. The collapse isn't the end of the story. It's just clearing the board. According to the Chronicle, what comes next is the main event, a total renewal, built on incredible new technology that's designed to completely get rid of scarcity for good. And to show this isn't just some vague dream, the source material actually includes detailed designs. Take a look at this, the Expedition Model Backpack. The Chronicle claims this one bag contains everything a person needs to be totally self-sufficient. Food, water, power, the whole shebang. At the heart of this post-scarcity world are two game-changing inventions. This is the first one, the Forever Food Generator. It's basically described as an advanced portable 3D printer that can create pretty much any food you want out of simple biomass. And they even lay out how it's supposed to work. First, you grow a simple biomass, like fungi, that gets turned into a printable filament, kind of like for a regular 3D printer. Then the machine prints the food while injecting flavor and color, heats it, cures it, and boom, a finished meal. The goal is to make hunger a thing of the past. The second piece of the puzzle is this, the automatic refilling cup. It's a simple-looking device that uses a tiny air conditioner to pull moisture right out of the air, then purifies it with a UV light to create perfectly clean drinking water. So, with unlimited food and unlimited water, the Chronicle asks, what do you even need money for anymore? So, with society's most basic needs completely taken care of by technology, the final part of the Chronicle explains the new kind of government, the new way of life that will rise in an era they call the eternal day. And this chart lays out the difference pretty clearly. The old system is described as being run by flawed systems, by machines, by code, all based on justice and judgment. But the new era, the eternal day, is all about direct sovereignty. It's not governed by an AI, but led personally by Sar El and his queen. And its core principle isn't justice, it's unconditional grace and love. The entire prophecy, this whole incredible story, builds to one last piece of evidence. The Chronicle claims a final command was decoded from a 32-bit binary sequence. Yep, a string of ones and zeros, found hidden within this image. It's an ancient cymatic relief, which is a pattern created by sound vibrations. So after all of that, the cosmology, the lost history, the prophecy, the world-ending tech, the new form of rule, what is the final decoded mandate? It's a single word: gather. A simple but really provocative instruction that brings this complex chronicle to a close, leaving everyone to wonder, what exactly does that final command mean?